Okay, so let me introduce myself tonight. My name is Jason Pelland. I am a Web Center owner. I'm a master coordinator from the great state of New Hampshire. Um, Interested to know how many people from New England on tonight, but great to be on. I am a Web Center owner. I've been a Web Center owner now for almost 10 years with the company. Multiple Web Center Challenge winner. Very excited, achieved the Web Center Challenge this year, and looking forward to going to Certified Web Center Training School for the first time to be a Web Center trainer with this great division with Market America and the Web Solutions. So talking about our continuing education series, I was asked by Sarah Rose Stack if I could jump on and help out and actually talk a little bit about how to become a better consultant in the consultative sales approach and really discuss what question really helps open the door more, what kind of questions lead to more business, how to increase your sales closes based on questioning, and also talk about how to leverage the incredible tools and resources that we have available. So let's just talk about tonight's agenda. We're going to talk about the current market options. We're going to learn to ask better questions, and then certainly how to leverage some of those resources. So, what are people's options out there? We talk about this a lot in a lot of our trainings, and we obviously know that we've got the best solution, but when it comes to websites and online marketing, it could be an economy hosting with a website option out there. Maybe it's $25 a year up to maybe $500. They're going to pay for what they get and get what they pay for. Maybe they do a WordPress blog site on the free version. Maybe they do something with a hosting cost, and they're going to get some ads played on there, and they're never going to have those updates or widgets. Maybe they're working with a print company with a digital offering. Maybe it's a newspaper company, a yellow book type of company. They're going to pay a setup fee, $500 to $2,000, and then they're going to be paying $50 to $80 a month for some standard 1 or 2 page templated type of website and not have any control, not really own any of the content on that site. Or a local web designer, 3,000 to 10,000 or even more based on what the client needs, or certainly a web development company in the range of this boutique $25,000 or more. You're going to see a lot of that out there. So if we were to look at the next layer of this, is obviously responsive design or mobile websites being very important. What are their mobile options? They can either not have a mobile website, which would be terrible for their business, obviously. Maybe they're just doing blogging, which really isn't a website, but some businesses seem to think it is. There is something called scraping technology versus a different designed mobile website with a huge cost. Or do they have a responsive site? A mobile web platform could range in a setup of $300 to an additional hosting charge, $35 to $50 a month, just ongoing costs above and beyond their existing website. And maybe they go after some sort of mobile web development firm or an app firm, and they're going to be looking at more than, say, $3,000 for that type of service. Getting into marketing, search engine optimization, what are their options? Limited keywords with certain companies and geographies, they're going to be paying per keyword, and it's going to be a monthly cost, an ongoing monthly cost. You're talking $150 to $500 a month to supposedly be kept on the top of the search engines with these strategies. And as we know, some of these strategies may not be the best practices in the industry. It could be full SEO services, which is hands-on content development. You've got a lot of people hands-on the website, and it's what most businesses can't afford to have because they're costly, $500 to $2,000 a month. And then there's the do-it-yourself SEO programs with plugins and widgets and things like that. But then you've got to manage the widget on your site or use different review sites, and it becomes very cumbersome for the business owners. If we look at email marketing, what's out there? Constant contact based on the number of emails they can send out, how many images they're going to use, what templates they have at their disposal. Could be $25 to $100 a month. Again, an ongoing charge. MailChimp or iContact, Aweber, and automation type of software, or even email marketing service with Infusionsoft, $2,000 setup and over $200 a month. So again, what is out there for their options for marketing their business online? A new thing that we're looking at more and more is online file storage, right? companies using the iCloud, the Dropbox, and then they fill up their Dropbox, and then they got to pay a monthly fee to increase their storage. Maybe it's Google Drive. Again, they fill up 15 gigabytes worth of space, or maybe it's tied to their personal account and they want to open up a secondary business account. It's going to cost them money, or even something like Microsoft SkyDrive. So again, ongoing costs, more services, more things that they've got to worry about managing. Right? Well, we know that we've got the best solution for most companies and their budgets. And the best thing that you can do is really go through the Web Solutions flyers, right? Go through the details. You can find them on mawc411.com under support. Download them. They're incredible. They're loaded with statistics and great information and also what we can provide. So I like to use that as an education piece for myself as a web center owner. It's not like I'm littering the streets with that type of information, because that's not going to sell the appointment and that's not going to sell the product or service. What they're going to do is they're going to start judging or basing their decision whether they're going to meet with you or even look at the service based on the information, but we don't know what the solution they need is. So what is the best case scenario? Well, we follow our simple sales approach, right? It's built on selling the appointment and then leveraging the teams and the professionals to do all the work, the heavy lifting, right? We think of it as the referral approach. It's simple, yes, but it's highly effective, right? So all sales start with some posture and belief, right? You need to have that attitude and knowledge, step one of the basic 5. But you can only offer help and support and solutions if, right, the big if, you've asked questions to determine their need or uncovered a potential problem, right? You can't solve a problem that you don't know exists. Now, certainly you can do some research up front. You can make some assumptions, but that can get you into trouble. That's a dangerous and a slippery slope. So you don't want to make any assumptions. What you can do is take some of those assumptions, take some of that research, and form it into a dialogue and conversation piece that you can ask the right question where you might already know the answer based on the research you did. And it's like that assumptive selling, right? And what we're doing is we are already assuming how they're going to answer, and that's how you can help steer the conversation as well. So, you can't offer a solution for a problem that you don't know exists. So let's talk a little bit about the impact selling sales technique. And this was something that we used to train on years ago. An incredible individual, I'm not sure if anyone knows this name, but VP of Sales at the time, Dennis Franks, Executive VP, brought this information to us, and it's still a great, great strategy and something that we can still utilize with the Web Center program. So it's an acronym, and it stands for Investigate, Meet, Probe, Apply, Convince, and Tie Down, right? So it's the stages of the sales process. So in our Web Center sales strategy, investigating is really step 1 and 2. It's building your list. It's building that possibilities list, and then it's going out and meeting people, right? We're meeting people, and that leads us into step 3, meeting people and getting in conversations, which then we get into probing, which is asking questions, right? We're going to ask questions, and that leads us into what this would be the application, is to set the appointment. Set the appointment to sit down for a 15-minute consultation appointment, right? Learn more about their business. And in that step 4, where we're actually selling the appointment, right? That's selling the appointment, but we all know that the most important part that we can leverage is sales support. From that 15-minute consultation, we can then schedule the next step, which is with sales support or with the digital marketing products and the specialists, right? And the specialists will do this with you, and they're going to do the convincing, the handling of objections, the follow-up, and the tying down and closing the sale. So it's important to realize that through this quote-unquote sales process, we really only have to do the first 4 steps, and that's what we talk about through the Web Center program. So lead generation, right? Possibilities are everywhere, and it's more fun because it's a networking approach. It's who do you know who, where do you live, who do you know, what do you do. It's easier because it's just building relationships rather than the cold calling approach where you're going to sit down and make 400 phone calls on a Monday to try and set appointments, rather than taking your car and going out hunting for business where you're going through every shopping plaza, knocking on doors. At that point, you're a salesperson, right? when you utilize your warm markets, you're much more successful. You can build business faster, and it's simply more duplicatable. And in our business, that is key. So you want to identify with the small and medium-sized businesses that have advertising budgets. So this can help you identify who to build relationships with. Right? In our area, I know we've got a coupon magazine that comes out, the Val Packs and the coupon magazines. They get the newspaper ads, radio ads, TV ads, yellow page ads, flyers, car decals. How about vehicle lettering at your local Home Depot or your Lowe's? There's contractors there all day picking up materials and supplies. So there's a couple different leads and tie-ins there, but certainly they've got their vehicle lettered. You've got a phone number, a website, or if you're in line picking up your order that you ordered on your shop.com, you can get in conversations with some of these people, get their business cards, and start the relationship process there. So the idea is, if there's businesses that are already out there spending money on marketing and advertising, we can help them. It's very different than that business that doesn't spend any money, right? Business owners that advertise understand that advertising is an investment, right? It's an investment, not an expense. So you can ask questions before you even set that 15-minute consultation, or before you really even meet someone. You can ask them questions about their current advertising and marketing. Where can I find you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on LinkedIn? You know, are you found in the search engines? Do you have a website? Hey, let me get your business card. Oh, I see that you've got, you know, Jim at thecompany.com. Is that your website, thecompany.com? I'd love to check it out, right? What are they currently doing, and are they happy with those results? Certainly you can do some research. You know, are they advertising online? Are they using the social media outlets? Are they running any emails? So this is all information that you can do ahead of time, but you don't want to spend your entire day doing a ton of research just to meet a business. What you want to do is just do enough research to get your foot in the door to start a conversation, right? So knowing a little bit about their current situation is going to be very, very valuable. It motivates your call. It gives you a sense of urgency, a reason to call. Hey, the reason I'm calling is, it prepares you with some of the questions. Like I said, you're assuming what questions to ask. So what are some of the things that you can do to research? Well, Google them, right? Google your favorite restaurant and take notes, or Google a local boutique store. You know, Google a local apparel store. Google a local gym or fitness facility, right? Maybe a dental practice or a medical office, right? Do they currently have a website? A, is it any good? B, sometimes at the bottom has the copyright date, right? So you can see how long the website has been around, and you know, you can make a judgment on whether or not you think some of that content has been updated. Are they using any social media? Do you see a Facebook page, right? Maybe Twitter, or maybe some of the other outlets, right? So do a little bit of research. You know, how does the company rank for their top keywords in Google, right? Make an assumption of what those keywords might be. So if you're looking at a painting company, right, you saw a truck on the side of the road, or maybe you saw a job site sign and it was a painting company, you Google them, and you Google, you know, I'm in New Hampshire, so probably one of the larger areas is Manchester, New Hampshire. You can do painting contractors, Manchester, New Hampshire, or interior paint, Manchester, New Hampshire, or maybe it's going to be exterior painting, or looking for a painter in Manchester, New Hampshire. And you can kind of see the competition. You can see if they show up, right? And if they do show up, or if you find their website, is their website mobile friendly, or is it responsive, right? If you've got a tablet, a phablet, or a phone, or a desktop, you know, check a couple devices. Check it on your phone, check it on your computer, your desktop, so you can see if it's responsive, right? This arms you with some information that they don't necessarily know that you know. So when you start the conversation, you can ask them, hey, by chance, is your website responsive, or does it fit on a phone? Or, hey, I was searching the internet and I couldn't find you. Are you located in the maps, or are you in the local search results, right? You ask those questions. So what you're going to do is the most important thing that we do in our entire company is we meet people. We meet people and we ask questions, right? You know, prospecting really is the art of asking questions and listening to the answer, right? So you want to build rapport. You know, you set the approach to set the appointment for a 15-minute consultation. Get enough of a buy-in or an interest from the business owner to say, yeah, it would be worth me coming back and sitting down with you for 15 or 20 minutes to learn more about your business. It's not 15 minutes so I can show you what I have to offer. It's I'd like to come in and learn more about your business to see if there's a potential fit for us, if there's a way that I can help you. I certainly can't get all that information now unless you do have the 15 minutes, but what I like to do is come back for 15, 20 minutes, learn about your company, and at that time maybe propose some ideas and give some recommendations. Right? Give them some recommendations on what they can do to help their marketing. Be confident, ask questions, listen, and identify the different areas that you can help and schedule that consultative appointment, right? It's conversational marketing, right? So be social, right? Be social. How's work? How's business? This is great. Friends, family, coworkers, colleagues, and business networking events. Talk to people. Talk to people just in everyday conversations. But remember that the person asking questions is the one who controls the topic of conversation. And anyone on the call tonight that has children realizes that that is true. Whoever asks a question is leading the conversation. I've got young kids, and it's, Daddy, why this? Who's that? Why is that? And it doesn't matter. If I answer, they're going to ask another question. And prospecting is no different. If you continue to ask questions, you're leading the conversation. As soon as you allow them to ask questions, you've got to answer, and that puts you on the other end of the conversation. So if you do get in that position, answer the question, but then immediately ask the next question. It puts you back in control of the dialogue. A great question to ask is your website helping with that? How's business? Is your website helping with that? Most companies are going to say, I don't know, or not really, or I'm not sure, or my website needs updating, or we just had our website redone, or it needs to be redone. But it engages that conversation. Right? So if I'm asking questions about their business and a website, then guess what we'll be talking about? Their business and their website, right? So control the conversation, but build your value by being interested, right? Be genuinely interested in their responses. So think to yourself, are you interested or are you interesting, right? So interesting people tell, they present, they're the salespeople. They want to talk. They're selling stuff. They're lecturing. They're talking about themselves, our company, our products, very direct, and it's not very consultative. The person on the other end of that conversation is thinking, well, what is in it for me? What about me? So interested people, what we should all be, is people that are listening, right? Actively listening to what they're saying, asking questions, and we sell information. We sell the appointments. We don't sell products and services. Right? We give tips, we give recommendations, we schedule the 15-minute consultation appointments. From there, we take it to a full sales support appointment or a digital marketing specialist type of appointment. Right? We talk about them and their business, what intrigues them, what is in it in their business to help them move their business forward. We share information based on what they heard or what we heard them talking about. Right? So it's very important to be interested in what they're saying. So the third step, once we've done this, we've met people, we've built rapport, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So we've built up some trust, they like us, they know us. At that point, we're getting the conversation started to uncover some points, right? And we're offering to learn more about their business by scheduling that 15-minute appointment, right? So we can't just go into any situation assuming that someone's got 15, 20 minutes right then to talk all about their business. And likewise, perception is reality. So if you've got to run out the door to go see your next appointment, they see that as a very positive type of thing. So I don't have any time right now, but what I'd like to do is schedule maybe 15 or 20 minutes where I can come back and speak with you. Perhaps this afternoon or maybe tomorrow. What would be better for you? And really, that appointment is all about them, and let them know that. They say, well, what can I expect? Or what are you selling? Or what are you going to pitch me? What's this about? I say, it's about you. I want to know if there's even a fit for us to do business together or if I can even help. But I don't know that until I learn more about your business, your company, and what you're doing. So I've found that in my experience, it's about 15 or 20 minutes. I can ask a couple of questions and have a great dialogue and see if there might be a fit. And I don't want to waste your time, and I certainly have a busy schedule as well. So again, we're selling the appointment, and we're selling it up through a follow-up series. So, hey, how are you today? Or how are things going, right? Keep it casual. What's new? How's business been? Has this recession, hit you guys? How's the economy? I hear a lot that these days. Does your website help with that, right? Are you finding that you've got a Facebook page that's working for you, right? How's your website doing anyways? Those types of questions will get them switched off of the social piece and into a light business conversation that then opens the door to schedule that 15-minute consultation appointment, right? So we don't want to be too aggressive in the line of questioning here. We just want to warm it up enough to see if they're open to talking to us further. So once you've set that consultation appointment, that's what it is. It's a consultation. You're going to learn everything about them. You're going to ask questions that are situational questions, maybe some problem questions. I like to ask questions that are related to pain, problems, aggravations, inconveniences, negative feelings about their marketing, some implication questions, and what I call the need payoff questions, and we'll go over those a little more in depth. But what are we doing when we're probing? We're just uncovering information, right? You don't need to know the answers to everything. That is for sure. We've got tools, resources, sales support, digital marketing specialists that we have at our disposal. We've got all the tools and resources. You just need to know what questions work. And once you start asking more questions, you'll learn what questions to ask in your next appointment. So great place to start to learn what kinds of questions you can download, right? You can download right from mawc411.com, and it's the general 15-minute consultation form, or maybe the digital marketing consultation form, and it gives you a checklist of some things. And I will give you a quick tip that there are some great things coming down the pike and being launched next week, so you're going to want to make sure that you attend the International Convention and make sure that you are in your seat during the Web Center parts of the agenda. So these consultation forms are incredible, right? Tell me about your business. What's your primary focus? What's your secondary focus? You know, if you're in the trades and you're a contractor, do you do interior work or exterior work? If you're a roofing company, do you also do siding? Now, just because you do roofing and siding, do you do any other general construction? Do you do kitchen and bath remodel? Do you do decks? Right? You're going to ask these things because you might find that, yeah, it's a roofing company, but the guy's been in business for 30 years and he's sick of being on the roof and he wants to go do some more kitchen and bathroom remodels. So if he's got a website that focuses on roofing, he's going to get roofing jobs. But if he wants to get more business for a kitchen and bath remodel, well, is he advertising for it? And you can ask those things in this line of questioning. You know, based on those focuses, where do you do business? Do you do any advertising for that? What is your ideal customer? If I could give you a referral, who would be the best customer that I could refer to you? And they're going to give you some demographic information perhaps, right? So you can ask these questions. It's right on the consultation form, right? So it's not rocket science. You just have to use the tools and resources. And I highly encourage you, go to mawc411.com, go to the support tab and download everything to a folder on your computer and start going through it and print some of these out and have them on you. Right now, you may, if you're new at this, you may go right down the list and say, hey, in order to make sure that I don't miss anything, I just have these questions that I need to ask you. But for those that have done this a few times, you might know these questions off the top of your head, and that's fine. You can use this form to put it in a folder for follow-up purposes, or just take a notebook with you. But that's up to you. But the idea is that these resources are here for us, even in the digital marketing, right? You know, what is your ideal customer and search engine? You know, do you do any search engine marketing? Are you paying for Google ads? Are you doing any social media? Are you doing Facebook advertising, right? Ask the questions and listening to the answers. So what I find is that people are usually comfortable asking situational questions. And those are questions about their business, their products, services that they offer. And you can have them expand on it. Hey, can you tell me more about this? Or tell me how a new customer contacts you. And once you have a request for a quote, what do? You go to the site, you take a look, you give them a quote, you give them a proposal. What happens next? How do you communicate? You can ask about their competition. You know, who is your biggest competitor? And that's going to give you some really good information. If you're doing any search engine research, you're going to see if their competitors show up in that search engine result page as well. You know, is their current marketing effective? Yes or no? Are you happy with your marketing? If you could change anything about the marketing, what would it be? You know, if you were to land that roofing job, Mr. Roofer, what type of, you know, money are you looking at? Are you looking for jobs that are, you know, paying maybe $10,000? Are you really doing some big work where maybe you're doing, you know, a 30 or 40,000 roofing and siding project? And if you could get more of those projects, are you marketing for it? Right? So identify that, and if you can do that up front, you know, hey, just a quick an average kitchen and bath remodel, what would it be? Hey, if I were to come in and get a cut in color, what would it cost, Mrs. Salon owner? Hey, if I wanted to do some personal training and I bought a package, what's the average package people purchase? And the reason we're doing that is because then you can justify the investment in their marketing. Right? So then if they come back and say, well, I'm not sure about that $60 per month membership fee, you say, well, if we can help you generate one new lead every single month, it's going to pay for itself, right? So the idea is to get them relating their investment into a return on the investment in terms of revenue, right? I love this one. What do you enjoy doing the most? Where's the most money for you? Are you just taking jobs just to pay the bills, or are you getting the projects that you really want, right? Do you have a website? Do you do email marketing? Are you doing any social media? Do you know where you show up in the search results? Those are really high, top level types of questions, situational questions. But what you can do as you get comfortable in this dialogue is start uncovering problems. Right? And the way we do that is we ask a certain questioning, right? Would you say your business has grown, stayed the same, or shrunken over the past 3 years? And regardless of their answer, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Maybe they're coming up on retirement and they're trying to wind down business. They don't want to be so busy, right? Where do you feel you're getting the most return on your marketing dollars? Are you looking to make it more effective, or are you looking to cut your budget at all? Is there more competition? Are you finding that the market is more cluttered now than it was 5 or 10 years ago? How are you staying ahead of your competitors? Are your online efforts bringing in any business? A lot of them don't know how to track it, right? Yeah, I've got a website. I do have a Facebook page that someone posts on it. I have some pictures that I post on Instagram, but I don't really know if it's bringing me any business. I guess it's doing okay. They don't have any idea how to measure that, right? Who controls and maintains your online presence, right? Who's in control of your website or searching for reviews? Social media, who's doing any search engine marketing, who's managing your Google AdWords right now? You mentioned that you're doing that. Is that something you're doing yourself, someone doing it internally, or do you have an intern doing it, or are you paying a company to manage that for you? So these questions can uncover a lot of information that help you make the best recommendation when it comes down to sales support and putting it in the sales appointment wizard. I like to do something assumptive like this. Where do you feel people's attention is nowadays? And I have my phone out and I pull it and I pretend like I'm scrolling through on my phone. And they say, yeah, exactly. Everyone's nose is in their phone. I say, well, are you where your client's attention is, right? Are you on their phone? What are they doing when they're on their phone? They're checking their email. They're checking their Facebook. And they might be doing local search. Are you there? Because if you're not there on the phone, guess what? You're missing out on some business. That's going to uncover some potential problems. And what the problems do is they lead to implications if they don't fix it, right? If you need to update your site or make a change, who does it? How much time is involved? Is it something that you've got to do, or Betty at the front desk has to do, or do you have a marketing department? Or do you have a management company that's charging you every single time they log in and make a change? Maybe it's just adding a picture, but they're charging you $100. Or maybe you need to update a new menu, but your marketing firm that manages your website has a busy month and they get to it 2 weeks later. How is that impacting you, right? And Mr. Business Owner, if 78% of the people are searching online and you aren't in that top few results, how do you think that impacts you, right? If your competition is appearing but you're not, how do you think that's going to affect your business if we don't rectify that problem, right? And it gets them thinking, right? And they start thinking, well, yeah, I need to be on top of the search engines. If ABC company is my competitor and Acme company is another big competitor, and they're both on the top of the search engines, but I'm not, I need to fix that problem, right? As it relates to social, word of mouth and referrals will always be, right? Everyone says, what's your best form of marketing? They say word of mouth. Absolutely, agree with them. Absolutely. Word of mouth and referrals will always be your best source of leads, right? Yeah, well, where's the next place that people look? And they're going to say online. Let them answer the questions, right? You've asked the question assuming that they know the answer, and if they don't, they say, I don't know. What do you say? You're the expert. You say, well, in my experience, what I'm finding is that 78% of people are searching through Google or on Facebook for local business, right? And you can educate them. That's where you become a consultant. If you can get them through that, where you've asked some situational questions, you've uncovered some pain points, you've discovered some problems that have some implications if they don't fix them, and you can get them to verbalize that they need a solution, the sale is already done. It's just a matter of scheduling it, right? It's just a matter of negotiating the selling price and how you're going to move forward, because you have uncovered a problem and provided a potential solution. And I can guarantee you that the sales folks that are out there in the world today are going for a quick sale because they've got a quota to meet. They're trying to bring on and onboard as many people as possible every single week because, certainly they're paid by commission, but they also have a quota. They're trying to have their bosses off their back, and they're going in trying to do these quick fixes. Hey, I see that you don't have any search engine representation. We've got a program for that. It's only $150 a month, so I need you to sign on the dotted line, right? Maybe they do a little bit of research up front, but they're doing these quick sales. Not many companies are going out and doing this consultative approach. Let me sit down with you for 15 or 20 minutes and learn about your company. And that's where we set ourselves apart at the outset. And it builds a strong foundation for an ongoing relationship with MA Web Solutions, right? So based on what you've said, you think you may be losing business due to some negative online reviews. Is that correct? Yeah, so maybe online reputation management has to be in that proposal, right? Maybe some social media management. If your business continues the way it's going currently, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Are you on target to reach your goals? How can we help you reach your goals? Right? If your marketing budget has been stagnant and your business has been stagnant, maybe you need to invest a little bit more in your marketing. Right? If things have gone backwards, we need to allocate some dollars that might not be working for you. Let's figure that out. Always agree with what they say and then provide an explanation or clarify what they've told you their problem is, right? Let me be sure I understood what you just told me. You agree that social media marketing would make a huge impact on your visibility on the internet, but it sounds like you don't have time or the know-how how to manage it, how to get more people on your Facebook page. Is that correct? Yes, absolutely. I found that everyone's on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook personally, but I know everyone's on Facebook right now. And if I could just find a way to manage it or learn how to do it or to have the time to do it, I'd love it. Right now I've got an intern or Joe in the back room is currently in college, and I figured the college kid knows how to do social media, so I just let him do it. So what I find is that a lot of people offload that responsibility onto someone who really doesn't know much about the industry, right? How about questions like, what needs to happen in order for you to increase your customer base this year, right? What do you need to do differently? How can we help? Once you've gone through that, they're going to realize like, wow, this person really cares about me. They genuinely want to know how they might be able to help. And quite often, if there's times that you don't think that you can help, you know what, Mr. Business Owner, I don't know that this is a good fit. Here are some recommendations. It sounds like you don't really have the budget to start with a big online marketing program. However, I also know that you can't afford not to. So what if I followed up with you in 4 to 6 weeks, and in the meantime, this is what I'm going to recommend you do. Right? Make some recommendations. Be that consultant, and not only now do they trust you, like you, and know you, you are their go-to person when it comes to marketing. They'll start contacting you. Hey, I just got a call from this company. What do you think? And if you can build those relationships, what's going to happen is that you're going to have a much higher ratio of appointments and closes, right? So you apply, this is how we apply the information that we've taken, right? You combine what you've discovered and you present the solution. And what's our solution? Our solution is simply an appointment with another consultant, an online marketing consultant that 100% of the time is dedicated to this. My job is to go out and meet the local market, and what we can do is work with an online expert, and the three of us can have a call and propose some solutions. And that's where sales support comes in, right? Enter sales support. Enter all the relevant information that you have uncovered in that appointment wizard. You set up the appropriate appointment type, whether it's a website sale or a digital marketing program sale. If you feel it could be both, make sure you enter it in that appointment wizard. When they call you before your appointment, give them the rundown. Hey, I met with this company XYZ, and let them get a little outline, and they can use that information. Now, you have to remember that our incredible sales support team is sitting in Las Vegas, never having met your client, never have been to your local market for an extended period of time in most cases, don't know the competition, don't know the competitive nature of any other online services, and again, they don't know what even pricing might be in the area when it comes to the service that this individual provides. So the more information that you can arm them with, they will thank you for it. It allows them to do their job better, and their job is to close deals and support us, right? So if we help them, they'll help us. So what do? We sell the appointment. We don't sell the product. We don't sell the service. We don't sell anything other than the appointment with the person who's going to fix their problem, right? So your appointment is to schedule a live responsive website demonstration. This takes care of the phases of the sales process: apply, convince, the proposal, the price justification, handling objections, closing the sale, the software demonstration. You guys have been on a sales support call, and if you haven't, we've got some recorded that you can listen to or watch. They're incredible. Our sales support team is unbelievable, and what we can do is simply gather enough information to help them do their job better. So Web Solutions, powered by MA Web Centers, is the best tool that we can have at our disposal, but we've got to use some of the other tools, right? We've got to use some of the other resources for not only ourselves as Web Center owners. That's on the bottom here. We've got your online Web Center trainings. You've got Facebook groups. You've got the fast track groups. You've got unlimited access to tech support. The webinar series, unbelievable. If you go to mawc401.com and go through the webinars, the support website like we just mentioned, but the newsletters, all the social sites. You should be going through the YouTube videos. They're incredible. Check out the blog. I highly, highly encourage you going through the Getting Started Guide, the 12-week Getting Started Guide to get up and off the ground. So even if you've had your web center for a while, start at zero, page 0, and take yourself through the Getting Started Guide. I actually challenge you to go through the Getting Started Guide for your web center every 12 weeks. Start a new Getting Started Guide. Every quarter, start over, and you can guarantee you will see an increase in your possibilities, your appointments, and your sales, because it's all right there for you, right? Your client resources that are available are the Facebook page, right? Before and after photos of some of the design work that we've done, the Instagram page, the Twitter and YouTube channels, the product website, mawebcenters.com. If you haven't been there, go there. mawebcenters.com is a great resource for you. I'm not going to blindly send people to that site, hey, check out our products and services. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as a good follow-up tool and an education tool, right? So design center samples, right? So you go to masamples.com. People on the Facebook page are always asking for samples, right? Well, they're all right there. They're beautiful before and after photos, and you can see some incredible work that our designers do. And of course, we've got these incredible webinars on a weekly basis. I really think that we have some of the most incredible tools and sales aids available. You can download and use some of them from your web center. Log in and go to your sales tools. You know, beautiful business cards and PDF support the videos, but also some of these printable downloads, right? You can print some of these or have them in a PDF. They're unbelievable, and they're for your success, right? So leverage them. And I will let you know that in the business-to-business services, there are a lot of things coming down. I'm really excited for next week, and you should be as well. Coming up to International Convention. Here's a snapshot of the Getting Started Guide, right? The 12-week action plan. Start over. Every single 12 weeks, start over. It's a great tool for goal setting, attitude, knowledge, possibilities, selling sites, and also building your business, right? Prospecting, recruiting, sponsoring, following up with potential web center owners as well. So leverage the tools, guys. They're there. Your job is to get in conversations, get active, book appointments, learn by doing, right? Don't get in learning mode. Learn by doing, active learning. All the information in the world, everything like these webinars, it's all useless unless it's applied, right? As JR mentioned, you know, a conference 2 years ago, he says that information and application equals transformation. It's just not the information alone. You got to be active, and you've got to apply what you learn. So it's not net sitting, it's not net sleeping, it's networking, right? Get out there and meet people. It doesn't mean that you've got to go out there and sell everyone your service, and it doesn't mean you got to litter the streets with your business cards, but what it means is that you got to engage with your local community, meet people. Hey, do you happen to know anyone who owns a business? Yeah, why? Well, what types of businesses? Well, I actually have a marketing company. I'm just looking to know some of the business owners in the area. You said you mentioned that you knew a chiropractor. Great. What's their name? Where's their office? I'd like to stop and introduce myself, right? So ask everyone that you know and come in contact with, hey, do you happen to know one that owns a business? They might say, hey, yeah, me, right? It starts that conversation, but keep the main thing, right? Probably one of the best resources that we have from an activity standpoint really is the contests. And the contests are great for accountability and education, so it really helps you bridge the gap. So you're going to hear a lot about the Winning with Web Solutions team contest coming out next week at International Convention, so stay tuned to the Facebook page. And for those that are fortunate enough to have already registered, congratulations to you. We've got an All-Star Web Center certification, right? Web Center 101 training happening in Greensboro, North Carolina on Wednesday, August 3rd, the day before International Convention starts. Seats are extremely limited, so if you get a chance, if you're lucky enough, I'm not sure where we're at right now with tickets and availability, but go to mawc411.com. Check out the information, but you can go to your business account, right, unfranchised.com, and purchase the code. They're listed here. They're on the Facebook page. They're on mawc411.com. So if it's through the U.S., it's 1WCT16, and that gets you a seat to the Web Center training. And for those that unfortunately can't make it or maybe already made travel arrangements, you're coming in on Thursday or Friday, you're going to miss this. They are putting this available on Meet On. So register for the Meet On if you can't be there live. Live is obviously best. Recorded is probably the last resort. I would recommend get there live, and if you can't, schedule yourself to get on Meet On and get some of your business partners on the Meet On. We're going to be going over everything that people need to know, kind of the information we went over tonight, how to set up their web center, and how to succeed with the Winning with Web Solutions contest. Another great resource is the International Convention booth, right? We're going to have demonstrations and discussions that you're not going to want to miss. So I'm actually going to flip over and show you some of those right now, just so you can see the powerful types of people and information that is going to be at your disposal, and you can ask questions, right? Live information that you can ask questions. So on Thursday, we've got Matt with iTransact, and iTransact is a great product or service that you can sell to business owners based on the conversations that you've had with them, maybe about marketing, right? Who does your merchant services? Would you accept a phone call? Eric, you and some field, Clement is going to do field leaders, building your names list and selling appointments. We're going to review some of this information, questions to ask, and resources to use. How about the COO, Brett Ratner, Web Solution Technology Demonstration, going to show you how the Web Solutions technology works. Russell Polo and Stephanie Kern, our product comparison, price and value. That's going to be incredible. Thursday at 2. It's going to be 12 to 15 minutes, and then have time to talk to people at the booth. How about Shop Local? Anyone excited about Shop Local? Shop Local is another business service that is going to be incredible, especially as it relates to the shopping annuity. And you as a Web Center owner are going to be at the forefront of the Shop Local program, which is live today, if you've been paying attention to the Facebook pages. So again, someone that you want to get in front of. How about Stay the Course and some case studies, qualified appointments, coming from Brian Wall, the Director of Sales. That's something you're not going to want to miss. How about Friday? Again, iTransact, how it boosts your shopping annuity. How about listening and a master sales technique? That's Trista and John, outstanding. Some of our top Web Center owners in the field available to have discussions and then answer your questions. How about goal mapping with Web Centers, right? How to make more money, Web Center owner questions and answers, how to be the best customer manager. Again, the Web Solutions technology, customer care and partner program. Again, more information on the Shop Local. It is just going to be so much information that is going to be a way that you can really launch and catapult your success with the Web Center program. So certainly we're excited for next week. I hope you took some information away from tonight. It was recorded. You can access it again, and I look forward to seeing all of you down at International Convention next week. So if anyone has any questions, I'm going to go ahead and open up this little chat box and see if we've got any questions. And if there are no questions, or if you're not sure, you know, maybe a day or two goes by and you think of a question, you know, reach out to the person who invited you onto this, or use the Facebook page. It's a great forum and great support. So I currently don't see any raised hands. I don't see any questions. So we'll close up for tonight. Again, thank you for your time. It's been my privilege and an honor to be here tonight, helping all the Web Center owners across the globe have more qualified appointments based on asking the right questions. I hope it was useful to you, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the Market America International Convention, and hopefully stop by the booth and say hello, and we'll see you next week. Safe travels, everyone.